Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dies Cast. I am Russell, and with me I have.
Fishman.
When last we left off, Aquans and Jonas had undertaken a quest to explore the Isle of Fog just off Lyria's shores, a mysterious island from which apparently no one has ever returned, resulting in gaining a cursed reputation. Upon arriving there, they discover that the island is indeed covered in fog and a bizarre magical cold, as well as being filled with various forms of undead, mutants, and arcane experiments gone horribly wrong, and lies in ruins. The party did some initial exploration where they encountered a variety of creatures, including seemingly artificially created specters, fog generating mutants, and some giant zombies, and some form of Cyclops like mutant which is in charge of which seems to be in charge of manning various machines around the island, which, upon discovering some notes, turned out to be responsible for generating the magical barrier, which seemed to be responsible for isolating this island in some way. Also responsible for generating all of the ghosts. They managed through trial and error and raw magical force to destroy one of these devices.
That one.
That one there. And through after realizing they had nearly half exhausted themselves in the effort of doing so, decided to settle in for a long rest and to plan their next strike on this island. So that's where we left off. And for the first time, I'll be handing it over to you again for the second chapter in a row to DM.
Yep. So after really lengthy 2 hours of exploring,
a lot happened in those 2 hours.
we are spent.
Half spent.
Spent enough that the one place that we know there's information, we are not in any kind of shape to take on.
No, there was another one of those custodian style mutants there and several specters.
Yeah. So
Also, as we just found out, destroying these devices is not simple either.
no, and not safe.
No.
So we're going to settle in for a long rest, hopefully an uneventful one.
Yes, so I'm going to set up my alarm. You're going to set up the hut. We're in this basically side here where the broken wall, this gap in between.
Yes. We're going to set up roughly around here so we can watch this
and the exit.
Watch that. Yeah, we had stone shape. This would be better, I think, but we do not.
We do not. We just got access to 4th level spells, and you didn't think of picking up a scroll of it.
No, I did not. Oh, well. That's okay. Can't have everything.
No.
So I will set up the hut. Are you going to be doing some alarm spells?
Yep.
Where would you like to set them?
Well, I'm definitely
around here.
I'm definitely going to set up one around the entrance, and I'm going to set up one around the hut.
All right.
We'll set up 2 alarms.
Okay. So that'll go by relatively easily. Whose turn is it for first watch?
I think it is mine.
All right. We
lost track there because we technically rushed through a couple of nights because we were doing preparation for this last time.
We'll ignore those ones and
we'll just say it's mine.
Otherwise, it would have gone on way too long.
Yeah.
So,
right. So we'll summon Alice out, and I'll do the first watch for the night.
Yep. I would like perception check, please.
Yep. Natural 20.
All right.
That's a good start.
Yes. Okay. So you're sitting. Are you reading or what? Or are you just watching?
I'm just going to keep you watch for the moment. We're in a relatively hostile environment.
Okay. Well, you're getting to the point where you're bored when all of a sudden fog starts pouring down this is not, sorry. So those of you just turning in and tuning in now, this is not a trapdoor in the floor. This is just representing the hole in the floor that we fell through.
Yes.
So through that hole in the floor is now pouring fog.
Oh, one of those things possibly.
Possibly. So the fog billows in really fast, and then your alarm goes off.
All right. I'm going to wake you because it's clear something is coming in.
I have a question. Once your alarm is tripped, can it be tripped again?
Yes, it doesn't go away.
Okay. So, as in the process of you waking me up,
Yep.
the alarm gets tripped again, and again, and again,
Oh dear.
and again. And at this point, by the time I can get my eyes, unstuck and focused,
Mhm.
the fog is billowed in almost to the hut.
All right. Well, it can't enter the hut.
No, it cannot enter the hut.
And neither can
Sound,
these things.
sound can,
Sound can. Sounds come through, yes.
and you hear a rather odd reverberating clicking sound because first off, we have walls, we have fog, and apparently a number of these things.
I'm going to wait. All right. So you're awake at this point?
Waking up, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to inform you. Well, we have company. Is it by the it seems to be that there's going to be 5 of those fog generating creatures we encountered earlier.
Okay. They're blind.
They are blind.
They do echolocate, though. That's what that clicking we've discovered was.
Yes, they cannot get in the hut.
They can't get in the hut unless they have some form of dispel magic, which
Not seen.
they haven't seen yet. And sound does not exit the hut, does it?
I don't think so.
It's not stated anywhere. We've never actually mentioned this, except we had those houndheads. What was those things that were attacking or came by in the middle of the night when we were in the woods?
Those would be the Eder caps.
Were they other caps? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did we treat that? Did we do a stealth check? I don't
I
remember.
do not recall specifically. I can look at the spell if you want here.
It doesn't say anything about sound going in or out. We've always assumed we could hear because otherwise we wouldn't be able to,
We can see out through the hut, so yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say.
All right. Just behind, covering all the bases. Can you roll a stealth check, please?
Sure.
What'd you get?
7.
Well, I have a 22. So that is above passive as a group.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. The fog in short order just billows right past us over the dome. Doesn't go through the dome.
No, but we basically cannot see anything outside the dome anymore.
Yes, we do. We see a nice gray wall.
You know what I meant.
All right. We do see something. Okay. As we're sitting there tense, we
These
do
things might
see.
just run into the dome.
Well, what you see, first off, is one of those creatures on all fours crawl over the dome.
Ah, well, that's. Yeah, okay. We're heading into horror movie territory now.
Yeah. And just to add to it, the next one that comes by is not walking on the floor. It is actually clinging to the walls, climbing along
Okay.
as it goes by here. And the only reason why we can see it is because the dome basically takes up this entire area.
All right.
So this goes on for a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, I say to you.
Hold on a second. One more roll to make.
Okay.
Which turned into 3. They seem to be searching for something. And it seems to be centered around the dome.
Okay, so they're possibly looking for us.
Something is triggering them that there might be something that they should deal with. Whatever motivates these things.
We do not know how intelligent these creatures are or what motivates them.
So yeah. This goes on for 5-10 minutes, and then we don't see them anymore.
The fog is still here.
The fog is still here.
All right. I say to you, well,
Can you roll a stealth check, please?
14.
Okay. What do you say?
Well, they can climb on the walls, which means they can exit this chamber.
Yes. Quite true.
The dome is good for 8 hours. We could just wait in here, but there's a chance that when the dome goes away, that they'll still be here and then they attack us in the middle of waking up.
All right, let's roll see if my brain's awake. That's not bad. I don't think we're in any kind of time crunch because we're in about the 3rd hour of the dome. So I suggest we bide our time for the interim, at least till my watch, and then we'll reassess when you wake me up for my watch.
All right.
So I go back to sleep for an hour.
All right.
During that time, fog gradually dissipates, and all is quiet for the rest of your watch.
All right. Do my alarms go off when they leave again?
Yes.
I make sure to count to 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Roll an intelligence check, please, and don't roll a 1.
14.
Total?
9 plus 5, yes.
You rolled bad. Yes, you do count 5 individuals leaving.
Yes, I'm gonna say it should be more than enough for that, though.
Yeah, it's not hard to count 5. If
right.
you roll a 1, it would be amusing.
No.
The thing about it, though, is there's no fog down here, and we don't know if they can turn that off or not. We don't have.
Wanted to make sure.
Yeah. All right, so you wake me up.
I wake you up. I said they seem to have all left.
All right. Well, sweet dreams.
Yep.
I have some rolls to make. Oh, God, I wish they would roll that for fireballs, I tell you. All right, I have a 21 for perception. And it's completely wasted. My shift goes by uneventfully, and the dome disappears.
All right.
And I wake you up.
So we get a long rest.
A long rest. Well, slightly interrupted.
That's fine, as long as we get the long rest.
Yeah, it only gets interrupted if we actually do something.
Yeah.
And we didn't do anything. We just sat there, I suppose tense a little bit, doesn't matter. Anyway, irrelevant. The dome is gone. The alarm spells are gone. Is there any changes you want to make to your spell list? Because you have that opportunity. I had forgotten to prepare all the spells I can prepare, so I've added Featherfall.
Yes.
Apparently, I can't count to 11.
No, I think I'm going to stick with this for the moment.
All right, so we have one known target.
Yes, the other device we know of in that other subterranean area with all the ghosts.
Yes, so I would like you to fill me in on what you think we should do. Should we explore more island, or should we go straight there?
Well, I think it does make sense to try and destabilize the barrier around this island as much as possible. We do not know if it's actually going to prevent us from leaving, because it did not prevent us from entering.
Sure. We did not try to leave.
No. However, those generators also seem to manifest all those specters.
Yep. That's
And it
well
seems
the
to
only
do.
source we found so far. Then.
Yes. And it seems to produce them every few minutes.
Yeah. Roll intelligence check.
24?
Yeah, you've seen enough of them that it seems what every 10 minutes one is produced. So depending on how many there are during our 8 hours of sleep, a fair number of these things have been made.
Yes. But there weren't that many of them down there, if I remember correctly. I remember seeing 3.
Yes.
Plus the Cyclops-like thing.
While we were there
Yeah.
and observing, one was produced
Yeah.
and it went straight up through the ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's not like it just produces them and they all stay down there, which is
No, it just seems like it has a few centuries.
yeah. So I assume this is what you want to do.
Yes. Before that, I'm going to take out the Ring of the Ram. I think one of us should attune to this.
And by one of us, I think you mean me.
It does make more sense for it to be you, I think. Because we're going to combat, and all 3 of my attuned items currently give me benefits for that. I don't want to unattune from the Grimoire.
Oh, you can't. No. Oh, God,
No.
that would be disastrous.
These devices seem to emit cold energy when they explode, so the boots, the Winterlands would help with that.
Yep.
And the Iron Stone gives me additional hit points, which I don't want to give up in combat, especially not when fighting ghosts, which seem to have some sort of life draining effect.
All right. I will take the Ring of the Ram from you.
Yes, I would suggest unattuning from the Ring of Spellstoring. Because
Yes, I would like armor class.
yeah, I think the armor class and saving throw bonuses and rings of protection are going to be important.
Yeah, that's fine. All right,
So
that takes
while
an
we're
hour.
having breakfast and we're sitting for an hour while you attune to that,
Yeah.
I'm going to mark off the day's worth of food.
So for timekeeping purposes, we now have been here almost, actually, literally exactly 12 hours on this island. So write that down somewhere. Otherwise, we're going to forget.
Okay.
Because it's going to be important. We have items that don't replenish until dawn.
My potion, my refilling potion vial.
Yep.
I'm going to take that out of my pocket and put it back in my bag of holding, and take out just a standard healing potion and put it in my robe pocket where I had that.
Standard healing or extra healing?
I usually keep 1 of each, and I've been keeping the refilling potion flask as for the basic healing potion.
All right.
But since that's spent at the moment, I'm going to switch over just a regular one.
All right.
Have 1 of each on hand, so take it out as a bonus action because that's kind of how our house rule works on that.
Yes.
We don't have to rummage around for it.
All right. So
also, there's one other thing I was thinking of. Depending on how this combat goes, we might need to take a short rest afterwards anyway, during which time, because the Ring of the Ram will be probably spent, as we're going to use all its charges to try and destroy the machine, you could return to your Ring of Spellstoring afterwards, probably.
I'm not too worried about it. I actually have that scroll now, so that helps.
Yes.
All right.
Well, the only spell you currently do not have access to quickly is Unseen Serpent.
Okay. For this particular battle, I think it might be useless.
Yes. You can cast it as a ritual anyway.
Yeah. Okay. What's the plan?
Well, the first thing we have to do is get out of here.
All right, let's do that.
So you're going to take out the rope of climbing and have it reattach. Well, let's see if it reattaches. I'm commanded to. But we have shifting fields of magic here to worry about.
It does not. It goes up and then falls limp.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, which is every minute I'm going to try and command it to to reattach. So let's see how long this takes.
You have now thrown it up 7 times, and it has returned each time. On the 8th throw,
Yeah.
it goes up and binds to the target really quickly.
All right. I think we're in the supercharged magical field now.
Yep, seems that way.
That's not going to help us very much in the other underground complex, though. It doesn't seem to have any effect there.
No, and it doesn't. It's not, pervasive everywhere.
Now, the subterranean pockets seem to be excluded from its effect.
All right, we climb out of the hole.
Yes.
Would you like to roll a perception check with advantage, please?
Eight.
Okay.
It wasn't a natural one.
Yep. A little extra foggy this morning. You don't see anything.
All right.
Almost literally.
Almost literally. Well,
How do you plan on getting to where the other device is?
well, we could use the same trick we did to find our way back to this one. We could use locate object again.
Yes, you can.
I've been close enough to both devices that I'm familiar enough with them that I can focus in on that particular one.
All right.
Yep.
Question. If I remember this correctly, locate object will focus in on the closest one, correct?
No, we had this discussion last time too. Because I was close enough to within 30 feet of it and long enough, I'm familiar with the device. So I can focus on that one specifically.
This one you did that with, right? I don't remember that happening with the other one.
We were there. We were in the room for quite a while.
Yeah, we had other distractions.
All right, so it's not going to possibly work.
This one you examined, so definitely I gave you that. That's for sure, because you watched this one, you examined it, you tried to find an off switch. This one you're very familiar with. Unlikely that the other one has any real differences.
No,
but I don't
still
think
functioning.
Yeah.
So,
No, I don't think you can get that specific, because you don't even well, first off, we were a fair distance from it because we didn't want to trigger anybody.
yeah.
So it was also in the dark, or in in dim light.
Yeah, we had light spells going at the time.
So no, you can't do that.
No. All right, so I could use locate object to find the nearest functioning one of those. I guess I could specify that.
Yes.
Which would probably rule out that one because we destroyed it.
This one's not actually even in one piece. No. It looks like that on this graphic, but it is pieces of shard everywhere.
So I think it will just lead me to the closest one of those, which could very well be the same one we found.
Yes.
Do you think that's a good idea?
It is the best idea because it's really foggy this morning.
All right, I'll cast locate object.
All right, mark off the spell slot.
Yep. All right, so we're following my little magic compass using my forked twig.
Yep. Roll an intelligence check, please.
7. That was a really low roll.
You're not certain, but you think you're heading in the same direction.
All right. Well, I think we're heading in the same direction, but we might be a different one. If so, then they're relatively close together.
Yeah, we're both foggy brained this morning.
All right.
All right, so off we go.
Off we go. Let's hope this works. And let's hope we get there before we enter one of those anti-magic zones.
All right. Walk along for not long, about 10, 15 minutes. And as we are getting to where you remember the device being, we enter into a pocket of wild magic.
Okay. That shouldn't affect an active spell, though.
No, nothing happens. You don't turn, blue hair or anything.
No, you're still a teenager.
Yeah. I probably have acne by now. All right. We do manage to find the set of stairs that lead down into where we want to go.
All right.
Hold on a sec. This place.
Yeah, it's this place, the one that had the intact books. Well,
Yes.
mostly
The reason why we wanted to come back.
that, and we probably should deal with this generator.
All right. There are specters here. They're not in the same place
No.
as they are on the map. And there is also our guardian's mutant.
Yeah.
He's here.
The,
Vending machine.
the Cyclops thing with the lens for an eye.
I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
8.
All right. You see a couple of mutants. Sorry, you see a couple of specters, and you see him.
All right. I'll stop concentrating on locate object because we're here.
All right.
Is there enough light to see down here?
Well, it's like I said, it's foggier today.
Yeah.
You have dim light up to about here, and then it gets dark. But this machine or artifact gives off a bit of a glow, so you can see him and one or two specters moving around.
All right. As I return the fork twig to my component pouch, I'll take out the phosphorescent moss and cast the light cantrip to give us that blue-green bioluminescent algae to see by again.
And I will do the same.
I'm also curious to see if they're going to react at all to this.
All right.
Did not last time, but we have returned.
Yes. We did not do anything to them.
No, we basically left.
So, what do you want to do?
All right. Well, I fully expect these things to become hostile as soon as we do anything to that device.
Oh, yeah.
Because last time we were here, we just got a little too close to it and they turned hostile.
All right. So the plan is, if I'm understanding you correctly,
yeah,
you want me to blast that machine with the Ring of the Ram.
Yes, and I'm going to follow suit with a magic missile afterward. The spell afterwards.
Okay. What is the plan after we really, really annoy these people?
Well, we're probably going to have to clear this place out anyway, because there are books here that we could gather information. I'm hoping there's a list of the number of these generators and where their positions are on this island, like a map or something. If not, failing that, there could be a lot of useful knowledge about what's going on this island and its secrets, which we were technically sent here to uncover.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
I would like you to roll an intelligence check, please.
22.
All right. Last time we destroyed one of these,
yeah,
it blew up in an explosion of cold.
Yes.
And you took, was it 22 points of damage or something like that?
I think it was 26.
Even with resistance?
Yeah.
So it does inflict a fair amount of damage.
Yes.
And you remember with that roll, it was almost identical to the size of a fireball.
All right, so that's about a 20-foot radius or 40-foot diameter.
Yes. So from here,
yeah,
we are outside.
Yes. By the way, the range on the ring is 60 feet.
Yeah. No, I remember because we use that an awful lot.
And magic missiles range 120 feet, so we should be able to blast it from here.
Yep.
With safety. And I'm hoping the explosion is going to damage some of these creatures.
All right, so that's the plan.
Yeah, maybe not that mutant thing, because it seems to be operating it with relative impunity.
The cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I assume we'll be rolling for initiative after this.
And I'll be rolling to hit with the Ring of the Ram.
Yes. Oh, it's +7 to hit.
Same as my normal anyway, so that's good. All right. I'll get that all set up. Okay.
So yes, the
I
plan.
rolled it. Hmm?
So the plan is, you're going to hit it with the Ring of the Ram, and if
Yep.
it blow up, I'm going to follow suit with a high level magic missile.
All right. Are you holding your magic missile, or are you just waiting and to see if it blows up with the ring?
I'm going to hold it to just after to see if it explodes or not.
So you're not holding the spell. You're getting set in your mind to cast it.
Uh, yeah, because we don't know if this is going to work out or not. The ring might do enough damage to destroy it.
All right.
I do not remember exactly how much damage it took to destroy it last time.
I'll give you a intelligence check at disadvantage to remember.
Disadvantage 13.
Took 4 magic missiles, 2
Yes.
at first level, 2 I think you did at 2 I did at second level, or was it the other way around? I know there's 2 at first level and 2 at second level. I'm not
Yes.
sure who they were. So that much damage to destroy it.
So the ring might do enough, especially if you use all 3 charges, which I assume you are.
Yeah, it's tradition. I have to use all 3 charges. It's never been fired off 1 charge at a time.
It
I
has
don't
not.
think that setting never works. All right, here we go. Well, that is a natural 1.
Well,
So,
I hope you're re-roll it using luck to re-roll that.
oh, that's a given. And that is more than high enough.
All right, 6d10 force damage.
Yeah, that's a bit of damage. Oh, that's a D12 doing in there. Whoops. Uh, oh, 2 1s.
Ugh.
That's 10, 16, 22. 24 points of force damage is really bad.
Yeah, I do not think that's going to be enough.
The ring slams into this thing, and it does actually slide along the floor away from a very stunned mutant.
Okay.
It's 1 piece still.
Yeah, because it does have a knockback effect.
Yeah. It didn't go 15 feet, but it moved.
All right.
That's horrible. We should
That
have
was
done
good.
it.
All right. So I assume because I wasn't holding my spell.
We're going for initiative?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing I wanted to
That
clear up.
was, yeah, that's fine. Otherwise we'd be wasting a spell slot. We have to conserve resources on this island. Probably. Okay, next.
All right. What's your initiative bonus, buddy?
I am technically putting the device in the initiative tracker just to keep track of its hit points mostly.
That's fine.
So it's taking 24 points of damage, right?
Correct. Nice, dude. Dexterity is 0. There we go. 17. All right. I have everybody's stuff.
Except mine.
But yours. What's your initiative?
7.
Well, you're not going last.
Okay.
I am going first.
All right.
I see that the device is intact.
Yes. Also, because we had a long rest, all your hit points are back.
Yes. I really don't like those specters. I am going to roll an intelligence check here on see if I can remember. Oh yeah, I have a better, clearer memory of how much damage this thing takes to destroy.
Yeah.
Because That's important. I
I was prepared to hit it with a third level magic missile, which probably would.
am going to unload the wand on it.
All of it?
All 6 charges.
Okay, so not all of it. You're saving the 7th charge to keep
Yeah,
intact.
I don't want to roll a d20. Besides, I think this should be enough.
8T4 plus 8? Yeah, that should probably accomplish it. And they're all ones.
5 ones.
5 ones?
Not joking. 5 ones. Fortunately, there's 2 4s and a 3 in there. Otherwise, this would be real crap. 8, 10, 16 on the die plus 8. Oh, that is horrible.
24 more points. All right, that's 48 points of damage.
At which point, fortunately, the device blows up. I'm so glad I did that.
All right.
I've never rolled such a bad magic missile.
Yeah. All right. So I assume we're out of the blast radius this time.
Oh yeah, I got to even move further back. So yeah, we're fine. So, a blast of coal.
Yes, and that's going to hit the specters and the mutant.
For a blast of 29 points of coal.
All right, that's pretty good.
The ice mutant is immune to cold.
Yes.
It didn't take any damage from this at all.
The specters, on the other hand.
There are... Let's double check. You can roll the same number. There are 3 of them in the blast radius.
Yep.
I'm going to use my spell save DC because I did not create one for the device.
Okay.
I have a reasonably average one.
15, yeah.
2 fail, so they take half damage. And 1 succeeds, so it's going to take quarter damage.
Yeah, because they have cold resistance. We've encountered specters before. By the way, is it the specters going between me and you, or the mutant?
The specters are going last.
All right.
But how much damage is that altogether again? 29?
There's 29 total, so half would be 14.
So minus 14, and minus 7.
Yeah.
All right.
Not as big of a blast as I was hoping for.
I've been rolling really bad. At least it wasn't a whole pile of ones. All right. So that is my initiative.
Yes.
There's nothing else I can do. So we come up to
Emptied 2 magic items into this thing.
Yeah, and it took that to destroy it.
Yeah.
So very important to keep track of time.
Yes.
Okay, this is what happens. The ice mutant freaks out, but they don't really make a lot of noise. You can see it as just a sense of aggravation, and he opens his mouth and lets out of something. It's hard to interpret, but all the specters, even though they got blasted by this thing, they don't really care. They're not necessarily specters. We're just calling them that. They are some sort of created magical device that has no corporeal form. So he does that, and then they all start heading towards us.
Yes, but they're last initiative, so.
Yes. So then we come to him. So he is currently there. So
he was right by the device.
yes. Well, he initially stumbled towards it when it got hit with the Ring of the Ram, and I need a placeholder here. And then he saw the magic missile go off and is now turning around to attack.
Can it make it to us, or can it just attack from range? We haven't. And to be fair, the last time we fought one of these things.
Yeah, it had 1 hit point by the time it was heading towards us.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's got that. It is about here. It stomps towards us, which is about to here, and then dashes to close. So we are both in melee with it, but it can't act this turn.
Alright. So we're not being attacked yet.
But you can feel the cold, even with your boots, radiating off of this.
Alright.
And if you remember, while Flozer haven't turned in for the last part of this, it has frost all the way up to the elbow on all 4 of its limbs.
Yes. And it was immune to cold, which is annoying.
Yeah. Alright. So that's
My turn.
You're up next.
Alright. Okay, I'm just adjusting the fact that the Ring of the Ram is empty now on my character sheet, even though you're attuned to it.
Yeah. It gains 1d3.
1d3 every.
No pluses to that?
Nope.
Alright.
Well, this thing is right up next to us, but it's immune to cold, which is unfortunate, which means my best area effect spell is not going to affect it.
True, and it will be the only one in range anyway.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, and I didn't describe this thing before, it is just a little over 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Very bulky, not formed well, very muscular, but in odd proportions. Some arms are really bulky and some are thinner. And it does have the 4 arms that it uses with very prehensile fingers to manipulate the device.
Mm-hmm. And it has a lens in the center of its face.
Yeah, instead of having a normal face, a
Yeah.
good chunk of its face is just one great big mechanical lens.
Right. Well, I had been mentally preparing to blast the machine with a 3rd level magic missile, so I could very easily target this thing now with that.
Yep.
However, it's also melee with us, which might mean mirror image is worth. Yeah, I think I'm going to start with mirror image instead.
Alright. You cast mirror image. Is there
Yes.
anything else you want to do?
I assume if I move at all, this thing will attack.
If you move outside of its range that
Yes.
you don't know,
I do not know. No.
it gets an attack of opportunity.
Yes. All right.
We're at the bottom of the stairs, by the way.
We're at the bottom of the stairs. Yes.
Yeah, so
It's
we're-
basically adjacent to us.
Yeah, we're both. Well, sorry, we had to see the device, so we were about here and here.
Yeah.
I'll be here because I was the one who was shooting the thing, and it's standing right here in front of us.
Yeah. So even if I move back towards even the stairs at all, it'll be an attack opportunity. So I'm just going to stay put for the moment.
All right.
Oh, as my bonus action, can I look into the chamber and try and determine how many specters there actually are? Because
Well, you have a big hulking beast in front of you, so I'll allow you, but disadvantage.
all right, this could be important. 6.
You see him. Maybe a specter.
All right.
All right, so the specters now move.
Yeah.
We notice one of them come up to melee with us, but does not attack.
All right. So I had to dash to get there.
And they tend to almost ignore each other. It passed through one of his arms, and there's no semblance of thought as far as what each of them is doing.
Yeah.
Right, and that's all we know for that entire round. So come up to me again. It took a long rest to recuperate from the life drain of these miserable things.
Yes.
I did not like that.
To be fair, the specters could be a greater threat than than the mutant.
Yep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast my 4th level spell slot.
Okay, you're casting a 4th level spell. I wonder what it is.
Gee, I wonder how to. I have prepared Wall of Fire.
It's not wall of. It's never been wall of fire.
I did it on the scroll once. Killed
Yes.
off the Gorgon. Well,
Yeah.
Gorgon-ish.
To
All
be
right,
fair,
so
wall
kind
of fire might
giant...
actually come in handy here if we'd gotten better initiative.
Yeah. So you have a giant 8 beside you.
All right,
So
that's your
I
action. That's your action.
I have a choice between 2 targets. I have to figure that one out.
So 157 hit points at the moment.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, you're gonna have a full round to think about.
Yep, I do. All right, Mr. Ice.
Yes. What's Mr. Freeze doing?
He is going to attack one of us. One of us has just turned into a giant 8.
Yes.
So I am going to skew the numbers just a little bit because I think I'm taking priority.
Also,
But
technically, it may not be intelligent enough to figure this out, but you were the one that blew up the machine.
He is facing the wrong way, but it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are me.
Okay.
And it's me. What a surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
All right, get a chance to see what this thing can do.
So,
You are no longer cold resistant, unfortunately.
no, I am not. Alright, it hauls back its mighty fists. And attack me! One arm misses.
Oh, good grief. This thing got an attack for each arm?
No, it has a multi-attack.
Okay, yes. It was just a thought that occurred to me.
Yeah. One arm misses, and one arm hits. And that means I am taking 2 of those, and 2 of those. How can I roll like this when I'm rolling for my stuff? So I take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Wait a minute, hold on a second, I got it the right way. Nope, my bad. 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Right.
And then I take an additional 10 points of cold damage.
All right. Well, that's 23 points of damage from one hit.
Yeah.
And now a concentration check.
Yeah, now the important bit. Fortunately, I mean, maintain concentration.
It's only DC 12.
Yeah. I do have a substantial constitution bonus as a giant 8.
Yes. Well,
All right.
you say that, but it's the same as you with as a person, too.
Yeah. But it's all I get. I don't get my usual, all my other bonuses.
It wasn't set to that anyway. No, and you don't get the rings either.
No. All right. That is his thing.
All right.
He's done it. He's done.
All right.
We're into Spectre time.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
you!
up first.
Sorry, my bad.
All right. That did not look too bad. You never did get 2 attacks.
Yeah, I only took 23 points of damage from 1 attack.
Yeah. Admittedly, that's a fair bit.
Yeah, that's a fair bit.
But I have your images going. I'm more concerned about these specters, especially since there's a lot of them. I'm thinking you could handle the mutant for the moment, so maybe I should focus on them.
All right.
All right. Well, like I said, I've been mentally preparing to cast a third level magic missile. So let's do that. I'm targeting the nearest specter.
All right. The one that's right in front of you.
Yes, because they are not resistant to force damage.
No.
Out of curiosity, was this one caught in the blast radius of the device exploding?
You assume because
It was the nearest one.
it's the one that got to us the fastest.
Yeah. All right. Pretty good. All right, that's 19 points of force damage.
All right. We've fought one of these already.
Yes, they weren't too hardy,
No.
but I don't know if this was the one that took one of the ones that took 14 damage or the one that took 7 damage.
It seems really rough. It's incorporeal, but you see lots of holes through it.
All right, so yeah, point blank, 5 magic missiles.
Yeah.
So it was one of the 14 ones.
You assume, yes.
Right. I'm going to go ahead with that. All right. And, well, I can't really move. Otherwise, I'm taking now 2 attacks of opportunity, I assume.
Well, no one's used their reactions yet, so yeah, most likely.
No, so I'm going to just stay here.
All right.
Now we come to the specters.
So, let's see now.
Well, I assume the one that's right in front of me is going to attack me.
Yes. As that specter is winding up to hit you,
Yeah.
You see one more specter drift into view. It is on. Oh, I'm taking up a whole pile of space here.
Yeah, you're pretty big at this point.
And the mutant's in front of me, and we're technically slugging it out. I haven't
Yeah,
done it.
and you two are both relatively big.
Yep, and you're here with one in front of you, so we'll. The new specter had to dash.
Yeah.
Because it was way off. So the one in front of you is going to attack you.
Yeah.
And then we'll worry about the other one next round.
All right.
All right. Oh, roll to see if it's going for an image or not.
Yes. I rolled a 3.
Nope.
I think that's me.
This is you. How am I looking? There's no way that it has +9.
Oh, it still has to actually hit me though.
It doesn't hit you.
All right. So it doesn't. All right. Does it have a multi-attack?
No, it does not.
All right. So there are 2 specters.
There are now 2 specters here.
Yes, but I think I remember you saying 3 got caught in the blast radius.
Yes, I did. So
So at
most
least-
likely,
There's at least one more.
there's at least one more,
Yeah.
and the ones that are here are most likely the ones that are damaged.
Yeah.
Top of the round.
You again.
I get to be a giant ape.
Well, I can't really make recommendations to you.
Yes, you can.
Well, I would recommend you focus on the mutant because I doubt it. Because these specters are probably going to be resistant to your fists.
Yeah. Well, I'm going for the big target that's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I do have a ape brain at the moment.
Yes. So 2 fist attacks.
Oh, a natural 20 on one of them.
That's a good start.
That's a very good start. And the other one hits as well.
All right. So 3d10 plus 6. So whoever the d10s were you used for the Ring of the Ram.
21 points of damage for the natural 20, which doubles to 42.
Plus 6.
No, it's already, yes, yeah.
Oh, you doubled the dice, not the modifier.
Oh, my bad. 8,
So 15?
15, 30 points
Plus
plus 6. So 36 points of damage.
It's a good start. Does it take all the damage?
It's a devastating blow. It doesn't
Right.
seem to be resistant at all to it, no.
So the second hit.
Oh. I'm throwing away my d10s.
You need those.
Get back here. Ah. Oh, I love it when I roll natural 20s.
Yes.
That is... an additional 25 points of damage. So that
All
was
right.
30.
It's taking
So that was-
51 points of damage in one round.
It is looking very rough.
All right. Let's take. All right. Yeah, these things weren't too bad, though it did take a few fireballs to take the last one out.
Yeah, well, that was just a bonus round, I tell you. All right,
We come to it.
it does not have morale,
No. Okay.
so it is going to attack me because, well, I'm killing it.
Yeah. I haven't done anything to it, literally, so you
That's
gotta
a
be aware of
3.
my existence.
That's a 3. I won't even bother looking at the bonuses. Oh, that hits because I have terrible armor class. So it hits me again.
Yeah, you have like your arm class is 12.
Yeah, I know. This is bad. All right. Another big pile of dice.
Well, at least it's only one hit again.
Yeah. So I take. Um, sec. I take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and 11 points of cold damage.
You're almost out of the triple digits.
They're getting hurt.
Yeah.
But I don't care. It's not my hit points.
All right, another concentration check.
Yep. That is an 8 plus 4 is 12.
All right, the total damage, the damage in the two rolls was 11 and 14.
That was 25.
Yeah, so halved is 12, so you just made it.
All right. Still here.
Yep.
So, now we come to you.
Now we come to me.
You have 3 targets in front of you.
3 targets.
An ice mutant that is looking like it's swaying.
Yep.
You have a specter that would be swaying if it was even standing on the ground, which it's not.
And a damaged one, I assume.
And a fairly damaged individual, yes.
All right. Well, one's immune to cold, and the other 2 are resistant to cold, so Frost Breath, despite the fact it'll hit all 3, is probably not a good idea.
You can't freeze specters.
No, but they might take damage from it.
True. You may finish off. Oh, sorry, you can't finish off a mutant.
No, the mutant can't. No, so I can't. So I think I'm just going to go with another high-level magic missile.
All right, on.
All right, so we're gonna do another third. Now, one of them is almost gone. I would like to take out numbers. All right, I'm going to send 2 darts at the one that looks like it's falling apart.
Yep.
And the other 3 at the newcomer.
All right.
Ah. All right, so the first 2 darts do 6 damage. And the 3 I send to the newcomer
Yep.
cause 13 points of damage.
Well, I have bad news for you.
Still here?
Marginally.
All right.
Like just barely hanging on.
All right. So hit points somewhere in the 40s.
You've done 39 points of damage.
39 points of damage to one and 27 to the other.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So we
Come to the
have.
specters.
Hmm?
We come to the specters.
We come to the specters. At which point, 2 more close with us.
Oh, there's 4 of them? Oh, joy. All right, but those ones probably can't attack.
The funny thing about incorporeal things
Yep.
is 2 are going to come around here and attack me.
Yeah.
Because they just drift through the stairs. They drift through the ice mutant. And 2 of them are going to attack you.
Can they?
Hmm?
Can they this turn?
Yes, all 4.
All 4? Oh dear. All right. Well, the first one that we're going to do the ones on me first.
Yep. So is it hitting you or is it going for
6. So it's going to be hitting an image.
All right, if it hits. That is a 9. What's your plus to hit? 13 hits it. So
Yes, because the armor class is 12. The illusions. So 1 illusion gone.
the next one, please.
14. Also an illusion.
And that definitely hits it. So you're down to 1 illusion.
And down to 1 illusion. Well, they're burning through those quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, just out of curiosity, the 2 that are on me, are these the ones that I blasted just now?
Yes.
Okay.
No, well, they're right in front of you. So
Yeah, so so at least one of them is almost falling apart.
yeah, it's barely visible at this point.
Alright, and now for the 2 on you.
With my amazing armor class, the same as your
Illusions. You have a lot more hit points this time.
All right. 1 misses me,
Alright.
and 1 hits me right on my armor class.
Alright.
So,
At least they're draining hit points not from your hit point pool.
yeah. You don't know how much that makes me happy.
Yes, I do. I know exactly why you're happy with it, because that's why you cast the spell.
I know. And hits me for 10 points of damage.
You're into double digits now.
You mean triple?
Nope. Not by my count.
Sorry.
You're at 99 hit points according to my account.
Oh, you're doing it the other way around. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just put in the negatives here. So I need a concentration check. Uh-oh.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Plus 4 is 8, and the baseline is 10 always.
Always.
Yeah.
So, I
Lose
revert.
polymorph.
Hmm?
You lose polymorph.
I lose polymorph. I am now just me. Alright. I did good.
I did good.
Save me
A lot of damage. And you did a fair bit too.
40, 58 points of damage.
Yeah, you're at 99 hit points. For the jump in.
Oh, yeah, now I'm back to my normal.
Yep.
And I don't have that necrotic, disgusting thing.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are facing a bunch of specters and a large mutant.
And a mutant which is almost dead.
Yeah, I think I should finish him off.
Do you have any way of hitting the specters too, is the question I'll ask.
They're around us. We're surrounded. I might be able to fireball and get the mutant and 1 other, but there's no way I can group them.
Alright. So maybe the best choice again is just magic missile and divide them up?
No, I want to kill him. I am going to cast a second level chromatic orb at him.
Alright. We have disadvantage on the attack roll because you're melee.
Yep, I know, but I got some points of luck left. Even with sorry, what is your armor class? I better double check that. What is your AC there, buddy? Even with disadvantage, I hit him.
Alright.
And his armor class is not that high.
Hopefully you can kill it.
Well, it is 3d8.
Yep. Oh, and I guess this is a moot point, but what are you setting it to?
Not gold.
Yeah. I don't know if it matters beyond that or not.
No, I'm setting it to fire because.
Might be weak to it. No, they're not weak to fire. We fireballed them before.
Yeah, well, I do 18 points of damage to it. That's pretty good. Cold chromatic orb.
Right, so that's 16, taking 69 points of damage.
At which point it literally just falls over backwards and lands on the floor.
It was hardy, but I don't remember having more hit points than you. So there we go.
Yep.
We're down 1.
We got 1.
Which good. It's just good because it means it's not up next.
No. So we skip by his turn.
Yep.
Then we go to you.
All right. Well, I have one mirror image left.
Yep.
And I have 2 badly damaged specters in front of me.
Yep. And now that he's fallen over, you see a 5th one.
Oh, good grief.
That's going to be here next turn. Yeah.
5 of these things.
Yeah. Which are resistant to everything we can do.
Except magic missile.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I am going to. No, I want to save that. I have only 1 mirror image left. Nice. The problem with running into creatures like this is we burn through a lot of spell slots when they have so many resistances, except force damage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I burned through a 4th and a 2nd.
All right. Well, I want to save my last second level spell slot for another mirror image if it comes up. And I want to save my 4th level spell slot for Dimension Door in case we have to get out of here.
So does that mean a 3rd level spell slot?
First, I do have all of those. All right. Now, I am going to use my last 3rd level spell slot.
Yep.
And I'm going to do exactly what I did last time. I'm going to divide the darts up again.
Okay.
So 2 at the first one that's barely holding together, hopefully to finish it off.
Yep.
Oh wow, 10 points of force damage.
And it is no longer here.
Good. And the other 3 at the same thing, same target again. I sent 3 at last time.
Yep.
And that's also 10 points of force damage. So it is still here by my count.
It is looking really rough.
Yeah, so
it is still here. All right.
So I'm not doing that again. That's I'm tapped for 3rd level spell slots, but we're down a Spectre and 1 is badly damaged.
Yep.
And then there's 2 more we haven't touched.
Yeah, and one of them is just only took 7 points of damage.
Yes.
All right.
And it's their turn.
Now it comes to the Spectre's turn.
All right. 1 should not be able to attack us this turn, I think.
This is what happens.
Yep.
They were in they're getting to hit us. Their arms go down to their sides, and they drift up through the ceiling.
Oh. Maybe it was keeping them here. All right. All of them?
All of them. All 4 leave.
All right.
Hold on a sec. Let's see what kind of magic we have upstairs at the moment. Oh, we are now by ourselves.
All right. Well, I look somewhat surprised and quizzically at my remaining mirror image before it flickers out of existence.
So you're looking at yourself.
Basically, yes.
All right.
Well, that went surprisingly well, considering what the odds we were up against there.
It could have been bad.
It could have been bad, especially when that explosion didn't do nearly as much damage as I hoped.
I said it was really bad initially, but fortunately, as a giant ape, I picked it up a little bit.
Yes. And mirror images and polymorph, we took no damage.
Yeah. That's a win-win, I think.
Yep. All right.
That was a very, very risky battle, that one.
Yes, but I think we planned it out properly and had a good strategy.
And a little bit of luck always helps.
Yes, that always helps too.
Yep.
All right, so just waiting a few moments just to see if anything else shows up.
By a few moments, you mean?
We'll just wait around.
No. 6 seconds go by, fine.
Yeah. All right, I say
6 seconds just to catch your breath after that.
Basically, that's about it. I just want to make sure nothing else is going to show up. All right. Well, after that, we're probably going to need a bit of a rest anyway, but we also should probably search this area.
I would suggest we search first.
Yeah.
Find what there is to find, and then we can plan whatever we're going to do as far as a rest is concerned, because we don't know how long it's going to take to get through stuff.
No, we do not. All right, we'll start with that.
All right.
All right, so that first bookshelf there from the staircase is where we found the book we currently have.
This one's searched.
Yeah.
We were going to search this one, and we got interrupted.
Yes.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 intact-ish
Bookcases.
shelves, and we have a number of others, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are in great disrepair. This is going to take some time.
This is going to take some time, yes.
Because on top of that, there are skeletons down here. There are pieces of armor. Like, we're not the first people to be here.
Yeah.
And some of it looks really, really old. Actually, all of it looks really, really old. No one's been here in a long, long time.
All right. Well, I haven't cast any first level spells yet. So this is going to be unlikely. I submit just by what from your description there, but I will cast Detect Magic.
I would like you to roll a d20 first for me, please.
Am I adding anything?
Just like if it were you're searching, like investigation.
Investigation. All right, that's 14.
Oh, sorry. Actually, never mind. Don't worry about it.
No?
Sorry.
All right.
No, I'm thinking of something else, and it shouldn't be at the same time.
Okay.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that later. Where are we? I need the. All right. You find. Hold on a sec. You find 8 pings.
8 sources of magic within 30 feet of me. Okay.
I assume you're doing a bit of a walk around. I'm
Yes.
talking about 8 sources of magic down here. Some of it is on the bookshelves. Some of it's on the floor. Some of it's just strewn about.
All right. How are we going to go about in searching this room? Obviously, I assume it's going to be an investigation check, and I'm going to have your assistance.
Yes, roll an investigation with insistence, which is I thought we were going to start. That's why I think, like I said, I was getting ahead of myself.
Yeah. However, if there are 8 bookshelves, are we searching them all with one check, or are there going to be multiple rolls?
Just roll once, and we'll go off. We'll see how bad that one is.
All right. Pretty bad. 11 with advantage. Yes.
That is. You've been rolling really bad on this. All right. That translates into more for time than anything else as far as the books themselves are concerned. This is going to take a long time.
Yes.
And none of them are written in common. Well, actually, that's not true. Some are written in common, but the ones that are written in common are of no real interest or immediate interest to us.
I can easily cast combat languages.
Yes, the ones that matter are all in Celestial.
Yes.
As far as what's happening to us. currently. So, first off, I would your detect magic. I assume you're going to do a trail around the room.
Yes.
You are going to find 4 potions with that, and 3 scrolls, and a crystal that's very familiar to you with an engraving of. Hold on a sec. Uh, a giant scorpion. Oh, sorry, a scorpion.
So that was 3 scrolls, 4 potions, and what I assume is a summoning crystal.
Yes, it's very familiar. We've had them before.
All right.
And it has a scorpion on it. I think that's the one you used.
I have used it a few times, yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, we can identify all that later.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that right now. We have things to do.
Yeah. So I'll pile that all first identify in a moment.
Yep.
So,
I suggest tossing in the bag of holding for the moment.
yes. All right, so we'll do that. And how does the book search go?
How long do you want to spend?
I mean, I don't know. We don't have any real hurry at the moment unless more creatures suddenly come down here.
All right. Comprehend languages lasts an hour.
Yes, and I'll ritual cast it.
All right, you cast that.
Yeah.
In that time frame, because of the roll that you made, we can search this shelf.
Yeah.
And part of this shelf.
Okay.
And in that time, you're going to find. Well, we're looking for information first off on the devices.
Yes.
The barrier, and possibly any other secrets the island might hold. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to roll a straight, and unfortunately, it's just you doing this intelligence check for the material that you're looking at because you're going to be perusing it. See how awake your brain is.
All right. This sounds important. So I'm going to use a portent, which is a 16.
All right.
Which brings up to 21.
Okay. There are, at the time of creation, when they created the barrier, there was a dozen of these devices scattered around the island.
There's potentially 10 more of these things. They may not all still be intact, though.
Yeah. Apparently, during the last days, during the last pile of conflict, there's some scribbled notes in one of the journals, and it pertains to the fact that some cataclysm occurred. Some of the devices were managed to get sequestered below ground to protect them because they're susceptible to force magic. The rest got destroyed. There's no exact number because, like I said, this is like the last moments, and he's just trying to write stuff down and figure out what he wants to bring, and it was chaos.
All right. So not all of them are still around, but we don't know how many. Well, there's 2 fewer now.
Yep. And the last entry was one that's very dejected, if that's something you can get from writing. It says the barrier magic has been reversed. We can no longer leave.
Ah.
Yeah.
So by the sounds of it, that means we're stuck here.
Yeah, that was the last entry. And you assume that something happened afterwards and no one wrote anymore. So yeah, there could be anywhere between who knows how many and 10 more of these.
I don't think all, by sounds of it, there's not all 10.
There was an original map showing where they all were,
Yeah.
but that's no longer relevant because they got moved.
Yeah.
and during those days of moving, record keeping was not that good.
Yeah.
The other thing is some of the guardians got destroyed, and there's mention of a larger building somewhere on the island that houses some of the control units for this. Again, your roll was a bit too low, so
Yeah.
I can't really give you more detail about that. The specters themselves maintain the barrier.
Yeah. And now they're keeping things in,
Yes.
which would be fine, except for the fact it's keeping us in.
Well, yeah. Yeah. You can come and you can stay. This is Hotel California, I think is what the song is.
All right. Well, that's not exactly encouraging nor helpful.
Well, it gave us some information. Unfortunately, your rolls are really bad.
Well, that last one was good.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
All right.
To get any more out of this place
Yeah.
will require us staying here for a considerable amount of time.
Well, I'm going to confer with you then. Do you want to stay here and keep searching? We could easily find more books and more information that might help us, possibly discern how many more of these things are left and where they were stored. Or we could possibly find out there was some sort of mention of a structure or building, I think you said, that housed the main controls for this place.
Yep.
It might point towards that, which might be a better way to go rather than just hunting down all of these things and destroying them over the course of several days, possibly.
All right. I'm against a long-term stay, mostly because last night we had visitors,
Yes.
and the more we hang around, the more likely they're going to show up. A short rest is fine.
Yeah. We can't really search during a short rest.
No. All right. From a DM's point of view, you've rolled your investigation check with advantage, and that's what we get.
Yeah.
If we stay for a short rest, I will allow an investigation check, but it'll be at disadvantage because, I mean, we've already had the check.
All right. But with your assistance, it'll become a straight roll.
So yeah, and you would have to burn another. You'd have to burn a second level spell slot with that.
Why?
Oh, sorry, first level. Sorry, for no, you can do the ritual cast.
I can do it as a ritual, yeah.
Yeah. So
All
there
right.
you go. Those are your choices.
Well, I think the first thing we should do is try for a short rest.
All right. So where do you want to do this? Just to give you a better view of this stair comes down. We come from above there.
Yeah.
This set of stairs goes down, but it's filled with rubble.
Yeah.
This wall is partially knocked down, so you see into this room a bit.
Yeah.
The rest of this is just as you see.
Somewhere near the center of the room, I guess.
All right.
Just so we can keep an eye on the way out.
Are you gonna set an alarm, or are you just gonna?
Well, we're not going to sleep this time, so.
All right.
I think we'll just sit watching the stairs down.
All right. So we post our familiars and we sit down for a short rest.
For a short rest. Well, we didn't take any damage. You can reattune to your Ring of Spell Story now.
Yeah, the other one's spent, so I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I'll regain my 4th level spell slot.
All right. Yes. So my Arcane Grimoire increases the level of number of spell slots you can back with Arcane Recovery, so that brings up to 5. All right. I still have my 4th, so I'm going to regain a 3rd and a 2nd because that's the best use for those.
Okay.
And you're reattuned to your Ring of Spell Story.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have lunch while we're doing that. or whatever meal it is.
Yeah.
It's lunch for us at this point.
Yeah. For timekeeping purposes, we are now at the 14-hour mark.
Okay.
We have time before 10 hours before dawn.
Yep.
Which means we have another problem upstairs. It's now dark.
All right. It is now dark. Well, you don't want to stay here for a long rest.
Oh, no, no, no. Well, I mean, that presents problems.
Well, we can use our light cantrips.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have light to see by, but that'll mean other things have light to see us by.
Yes.
All right. Well, before we do that, are we going to search this place one more time, or are we leaving now?
I have no problem with that. You do your ritual cast. I'll keep my eyes open for intruders. And this is just a straight roll.
All right.
Advantage and disadvantage canceling out.
I do have another portent, but is it worth risking on this? I've been rolling really badly.
No, just roll.
Do you think it's better if I just roll?
No, I think it's more appropriate if you just roll.
All right. I rolled an 18, which is what the portent was anyway, so that's a total of 23.
All right. You are going to be able to find a little bit more literature.
All right.
Let's see if there's any more information I can give you with that number. All right. You find two more additional pieces of information because of that.
All right.
One hasty entry in what looks like a how-to manual on gives steps by step on how to build these things, and one of them is hastily added afterwards. Apparently, part of the war created pockets of null magic and hyper magic and other stuff that happened, and the null magic is destroying the specters, and they were worried that this is before the barrier got reversed.
Yeah.
That the barrier would eventually just peter out if they can't keep the devices working. And at that point, some of the devices have been destroyed because of the war, and that was also part of the reason for bringing them down below ground. The other thing, apparently, there's a key. I'm not sure what it is. It's hard sometimes when you're reading something that's been written a very long time ago. In this case, 500 years ago. What the key means. It could be an object, could be a spell, it could be the magic phrase, who knows. A key, that key allows you to move through the barrier.
All right.
Whatever it is. That's it.
Well, assuming we can find that and it still exists. That's a one way out.
Whatever it is.
Yes, yeah. And we have only the vaguest hints about what that might be.
Yeah. Something allows you through the barrier.
And he said, however, I do not think we're going to get much more than that.
No, unfortunately, bad numbers and timing and stuff just worked against us.
All right.
But there are other places we can search.
Yes, but this was the only one we knew of.
Yes.
Well,
so, it is now definitely dark outside.
Yes. Well, since I'm going to recast my light cantrip before we leave, and I'm just going to have it proceed us out through the basement of this place, just to see if there's a null magic zone up there now.
As soon as your staff goes above the ground level, the light disappears.
All right. And I said, well, it seems like we're waiting a bit longer.
So this time you can just hold your staff out there until it shows up
I can
again.
basically anti-magic zones don't dispel; they suppress. So I pull the staff back in, it lights up. So
So
I'm
you
just
can
going,
just leave it sticking above and wait till it stops.
yeah.
That will be 8 minutes later.
All right. These things do not shift quickly, apparently.
Yeah, very erratic. So we step out into a
Yes.
night of wild magic.
All right.
And I would like you to roll a stealth check at disadvantage, please. We are bright.
I guess we're going back to the surface map now.
Yeah. That's a little passive.
Here we are.
There we are.
But now it's dark and foggy.
Well, it's dark, foggy, and our visibility is really bad.
Well, the light will help a little bit with that.
Yeah. Normally, we have 30 feet of bright light and an
20 feet.
additional, 20 feet of bright light and another additional 20 feet of dim light.
Yeah.
Cut that in half.
So 10 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim light.
And then after that, you're just blind.
Okay. Let's look at this 20 feet in which to.
A bit of warning.
Yeah, let's who's gonna get. All right, my stealth check was with disadvantage was 15.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Mine with disadvantage was 10.
All right.
So we are above passive for average things.
Yeah, it bounces out around 12.
Yeah. So let's go wandering. How do you want to go about this?
Do I have even the faintest idea where we would be on this map?
Oh, well, all right, roll intelligence check.
Yeah, that's the 15. Again.
That's pretty good. This is where we landed.
Yes.
We started circling to the south because of
We did.
monsters.
Yep.
This is the first ruin that well, roughly where the ruin was that we
That's the
fell
first
to.
area.
This
Yep.
is not accurate, by the way, in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And then we started circling around. So we're roughly about here.
All right. So we're in the southeastern corner. Well, from what I would remember with that check, there's probably not much more down further in the southeast. Just going off of that.
Well, we're not searching thoroughly.
No.
Actually, we're not searching at all. First one we fell through.
Yeah.
And the second one we saw as we went through a ruin. Just by luck, we saw it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think we should keep heading west. Then.
All right. We head west. Do you want to do anything to improve our chances of finding another one of these things?
I could cast locate object to try and search for the next one if you want. If that's what we're doing. I was kind of hoping to possibly look for that that facility. The notes mentioned that might have the controls for that.
Well, we don't know where that is.
All right, I guess we're down to locate object again. Well, I gained a second level spell slot back, so that's good.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to look for the next operational generator. If it's within 1,000 feet.
We are now in a hyper magic area. You sense much further than you would normally sense.
Okay.
And you do notice, well, it points out the next one. It is actually in the direction we are heading.
All right. Well, let's follow that until.
All right. How long does the magic last?
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay. We're heading along. And you don't get a range or anything on this, right? You just know the
direction. And if it's moving, I know the direction it's moving in. That's about it.
All right. Well,
all I know is within, well, more than 1,000 feet. Do I have any idea what the extended range is?
You can roll an arcana check if you like.
12. I'm pretty sure I don't.
It's just more than 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure. You're not familiar with hyper magic zones.
No.
All right. So we're moving along. And
Yeah.
we have why is it always them? Okay. As we're moving along, are we trying to do this semi stealthily?
We did. I rolled a 15 on the last stealth check.
That was a
We
while
do
ago.
have the bright beacons of glowing light.
All right. Roll another one, but this time without disadvantage.
Okay. Somehow I rolled worse. 5.
All right. As we're walking along,
Mhm.
all of a sudden there's a big wall of fog from both sides, just whoosh, comes in.
All right. Well, if it's these things again, the light's not going to matter at all.
No, that's why I had you roll a straight check. Yeah, we're now encompassed in fog and we hear clicking. So, time
Going
for
straight to initiative. Okay.
straight to initiative.
All right. Our luck with encounters doesn't seem to be as good as last time.
No. So,
I have a 10.
I have a 14. And our buddies covering up the camera there is probably the best way of doing that. All right, what's your dexterity? Nothing. We have a 17. So,
Well, they're going first.
yes. So, they well, the fog comes in from both sides.
Yeah.
It seems to be a bit more intense from our left-hand side.
So there's probably more of them there.
Yeah. So,
Don't know how many there are.
no, can't see them.
Well, I'm sure we're about to find out.
Yeah. So, their initiative.
Do we have any idea what sort of magic zone we're in currently?
Yeah. Your detect magic is still
My locate object. You mean?
Oh, sorry, is operating at a greater distance.
Okay, so we're still in the hyper magic zone. Oh, and
Yes.
I'm going to note down that I'm still concentrating on that.
Yeah. And we have 3 of these things that close with us, but by the time they get there, they can't really attack. So that is their initiative.
3 of them.
We are now in melee with 3 of these guys.
All right. We'll come to you next.
Yes. So, I don't want to be in melee with them.
We are surrounded again.
I don't like not seeing them. So I'm going to take a small risk, and I'm going to circle around the 2, which means I'll leave the melee of one of them, and hope that you can roll well on your saving throw.
What?
I'm casting Gust of Wind.
Oh, that's a strength saving throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get attacked first anyway.
Yep. So, attack of opportunity. Oh, that's a 16. 16 plus, what does it matter?
It's over your armor class.
It's over my armor class. First time we've been hit by one of these things.
Not going to have it reroll, or you could cast shield. I guess shield may not help.
I take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Not a small amount.
Not a small amount.
That's it.
That's all it did.
All right. Well, it's not as bad as everything else we've encountered so far.
Yeah. So, Would you like to roll a strength saving throw, please?
And now you're casting Gust of Wind
I'm casting Gust of Wind to try and get these things away.
in
And
a
it's most
hyper magic zone.
Oh, yeah.
So what does that equate to? I'm getting pushed even further away, probably? Alright. Your spell save DC is 15, and it's a strength saving throw, right?
So you have to roll 16. You have a portent?
I do, but I just rolled.
No.
11.
Alright. A rather intense gust of wind occurs, clearing out the fog, which is nice.
Yep.
Blowing you and our 3 friends away.
I technically did have an 18 portent, but I didn't think of it. Also, there's probably going to be worse things to say from than this. This doesn't actually do damage.
No, just pushes you away. You're
How
now-
far?
Well, you normally 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
Make it 20.
Alright, that's not too bad. And it's
Yeah.
a 60-foot long line, if I remember correctly, of wind.
Yes, and you are intelligent. You can walk laterally and get out of it. I'm
Yes.
certainly not trying to keep you in it. I just want to keep them in it.
Alright.
So, now you're up. You can see our targets.
Yes. Alright. So,
They're
if I
within-
remember correctly, movement within the gust of wind is less than normal.
If you decided to like run away, it's fine. If you want to move towards me, your movement is half.
Well, I want to move out of the cone, so I'm going to be moving laterally like you suggested.
Yeah, so I would suggest you roll first off.
Oh, I have to make a strength saving throw, don't I?
Well, yes, just to see how effective you getting out of the wind is going to be.
5!
Not very effective. By the end of your move, right?
Yeah.
You are going to be moving. Basically, this is a straight line, right? You're moving more of a diagonal instead of straight across.
Okay.
So instead of being 20 feet away from me, you are now 30 feet away from me.
Okay,
But
but I'm
no
out
longer
of the
wind.
gust of line? The gust?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to, just as a minor note, I'm going to keep moving in the western direction we were, or just, I want to try heading in the same direction as my
Okay.
object spell, because it's still maintained. Just to keep ourselves on that, myself on that side of the gust of wind. So that's my movement.
All right.
Alright, so we have these 3 things,
You have your action still.
and bonus action, technically.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, if I cast another concentration spell, we lose locate object. I want to try and avoid that. Alright, and I'm running low on spell slots, so I think it's a good idea to use this now. I'm going to reach into my new scroll case that I picked up.
Oh, I hate those sneezes that just don't want to come.
So we're going to reach into the scroll case I picked up in our preparations for coming to the island, and I'm going to take out one of the scrolls I made.
All right.
And I'm going to read it aloud. And I'm going to cast Ice Storm from it.
Oh, okay. Woohoo! Well, you're well within 300 feet of these things.
Yes. Alright, I'm just going to bring up. First time we cast this spell, so
3 saving throws.
yes.
Well, you'll be happy to know that one of them's a 1.
That's good. It's a dexterity saving throw, by the way.
Let's see if they have a negative on their dex. No.
No.
One of them just rolled exactly a 17.
Alright, so 2 failed and 1 succeeded.
1 critical fail,
1 critical fail.
failure,
Yeah.
and 1 success.
Yeah, so it's a 40-foot high cylinder, and it's a 20-foot with a 20-foot radius, so it's the same size as Fireball. Actually, it's a bit bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. So, I need to get... 3, 4... Ropes. That's be why it's two different dice type, but it is. Alright, and does casting this in a hyper magic zone do anything?
Yes. Increase it by 1 level.
Alright, so I get an additional d8 for the damage. Alright, so as I cause the spell to form, basically the fog turns into a storm cloud and starts pelting them with shards of ice.
Yep. And how much damage are these little buggers taking?
Alright. Okay. Right. They take 19 points of bludgeoning damage from the hailstorms that strike them, and as they explode, they also release freezing cold, which does a grand total of 16 points of cold damage.
So 19 plus 16?
Yes. Also, the ground beneath them, that area becomes slick with ice until the end of my next turn.
So
35 total.
Yes.
Which doubles to 70 for one of them.
Yeah.
Well, I assume it's dead.
One's is a smear on the ground.
Right.
And the others...
one took 35.
Very rough.
And one takes half. So... 17?
Yep.
Alright, well, considering that was the first time I ever cast Ice Storm in this campaign, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hyper magic zones can be useful.
Alright.
Alright.
I technically can do it once more, because that was the scroll. I still have a 4th level spell slot left. I'm saving.
We come up to the top of the round.
Them. Alright, so the ground underneath them is frozen and is difficult terrain.
Alright, I'm going to interpret that as being extra slick.
Yeah. Yeah, the hailstones turn the area of effect into difficult terrain till the end of my next turn.
And they're in heavy wind.
Yeah. And I am out of the wind now, fortunately.
So, one of them just turns around and just runs away.
I assume the one took 35 points of damage.
Yeah. The other one is trying to struggle towards me.
Okay.
Difficult terrain, which is icy.
Which is half movement, yep.
Hyper wind.
Yep.
So I'm going to give it disadvantage on the saving throw.
Yeah.
So, it loses its footing and gets blown a further 20 feet away from me.
Which I assume means it's technically outside of all the ice now.
Yes, it's blown out of the ice, and it's almost out of the wind, and it is 40 feet away.
Alright, what about the other one? It ran, you said.
It ran away.
Okay.
I guess it's, even though the wind only lasts a certain spot, it disappears into the dark.
Alright, so there's one fewer now, we'll say.
Yeah. So we have one more who's stubborn.
Alright, well, we come to you now.
I am going to walk forward.
Which moves the gust of wind forward.
Yeah, just to make sure he stays in it.
Yeah.
I do not want to waste any more spells on this, so I am just going to try a Firebolt in a hyper magic zone.
So an extra d10, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So it hits and does 20 points of damage. That's a good Firebolt.
Yep.
All right. That's my turn.
Alright, so it's still alive?
It's still moving. I wouldn't call it alive.
Alright, well, I don't want to waste any more spells on this thing. I'll hit it with Frostbite.
What's the different range on that?
Oh, 60 feet.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm
'Cause
fine.
You got pushed away too.
Yeah. Constitution saving throw.
Natural 1.
That's it's left in rounds. So hyper magic zone means I add an additional d6.
Don't bother rolling. You can't roll low enough. You can roll if you want to.
It was a total of 6, which would double to 12.
That's enough. Alright.
Alright. I say, well, those things aren't nearly as bad as we initially feared. Though large groups of them, I see, could still be a problem.
Well, if my die would cooperate, we would see other denizens of this island.
All right, so I assume your gust of wind is done.
Yes, I stopped concentrating on it.
I maintained concentration on my locate object, which is important.
All right. Yes. So we
Resume.
group up again
Yeah.
and keep heading. All right. We come to another set of ruins. And this time it's not a stairway down, but it seems to be like it was like a ramp, but it's really rubble strewn. And it seems to be coming from that direction.
All right. Well, let's take it carefully as we go down.
Yep. So
Not a very big chamber by the looks of it.
no, you might think that this was almost constructed for this purpose.
And hastily, which is probably why it's in the process of falling apart now.
Yeah. Well, the last days of a war, you don't have much in the way of resources. So yeah, we are sloping down through this direction.
All right.
I would like a perception check, please, with advantage.
Natural 20.
All right. You easily hear the clicking and whirring of gears and the adjustment of knobs and the breathing of a very familiar creature.
There's another one of those attendants down here.
Yep. And it's just around the corner from where we are. Gotta get something out of a natural 20 on something like this.
All right. Well, so I assume my locate object spell is indicating just around the corner is also the the artifact.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's probably nearing its end anyway.
Very close.
So I'll stop concentrating and put the fork twig back in my component pouch.
Yep.
And I say, all right, it's just around the corner. There's another one of those things there.
Yep.
Do you think do you think we're ready to take on another one so soon?
From all the literature we've acquired, I don't see an option.
No.
The thing is if we don't destroy all these things,
We're stuck here.
we're never going to be able to leave.
I'm about half for spells again.
I'm better off because we have that short rest.
Yeah.
So why don't I just lob in a fireball
To start things off.
to start things off?
The chamber does seem sort of suited for that.
Well, that and our experience with these things so far is they just tend to ignore us until something happens.
Okay.
Mostly because I think they're created that way, because every time you walk into a room, you don't want to be beaten on by these things. So I think that's what their creators had in mind.
All right.
Too bad we weren't in a hyper magic zone.
Oh, down here that doesn't have any effect.
No. Oh, looks like my fireballs are dwindling again. Oh, that's terrible. 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to change that. And I'll roll a saving throw for them.
They haven't seemed very dexterous so far.
So close to double damage.
So close. Well, you already rolled 2 natural ones on saving throws in our last encounter.
Yeah. Dexterity. No, it's actually not too bad.
Not good enough.
No. Because I'm plus 13, I can tell you that. All right, so he takes 24 points of damage.
All right. And I assume we're going to be rolling for initiative.
Yes.
It's going to be a combat-heavy session. I have a 14.
You are up first.
Right.
Happens.
It does. Is it you or our friend?
Our friend is last.
All right. So he was taking 24 points of fire damage.
Yep.
All right. Well, I cannot see it from where I currently am.
Nope.
So I will have to get closer to do that.
Or you can just hold an action.
Or I could just hold an action.
Which do you rather do?
I am just going to hold a first level magic missile.
All right.
Until it comes around the corner and it's in range, so that I can release the darts to hit it.
Okay. So it comes around the corner.
Well, you're up first, aren't you?
No, it's last.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Yes. Okay. Sorry.
We're in initiative. So you're up first.
Yes, I'm up before. Sorry, my bad.
Alright, so I'm holding the last moments of magic missile to release my Sit. Is that just another fireball?
That's another fireball.
Should I roll a saving throw for you?
Oh, even worse than last time. 20 points only.
Ugh, that's really low. Do you want me to roll a saving throw?
3 1s. Yeah, go for it.
6.
Fails. Comes around the corner.
I release 3 magic missiles at it. Very middling.
Can't be as bad as a 20-point fireball.
10 points of force damage.
Alright. That is terrible.
Yeah. You say that, but we've done 54 points of damage to it. Alright, so what's it doing?
It stomps up to us.
Yeah, I can't probably do much else.
No. Fortunately, we know enough about these things now that we can stay significantly out of its chance to get to us right away.
No. Unfortunately, I assume it's in melee with us now.
Yes.
Alright. So, back to me.
Yep. You have a big honking thing in front of you.
That is immune to all of my spells except one.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright. So, I have 6 spell slots remaining in total. Because I regain 1 when I use Locate Object, because it's a divination spell, and I can regain the first level back when I do Expert Divination.
Okay.
So, I'm going to, because we need to conserve spell slots to destroy this machine, and there anything else that we have to encounter,
Yep.
I'm going to hit with another first level magic missile.
Alright.
At point blank this time.
Yeah.
I was tempted to cast Mirror Image, but you might be able to kill this thing. Oh, that's even worse. Alright. 8 points of force damage from this one.
It is enough.
Oh, well, I'm glad you threw in 2 fireballs now.
Yeah. If we keep treating these things this way, we won't take any damage. We're just burning through a ton of spell slots.
Yeah. We
All right.
still have to destroy the machine.
So we come up to the machine. It's exactly the same as all the other machines.
Yep, except it's positioned in a very unfriendly way to us.
Yeah, it unfortunately For us to hit it,
We have to stand there. That's as far as we can get.
that's as far as away as we can get.
That's not 40 feet.
Which means when this thing blows up,
We'll be in its blast radius.
we'll be taking damage.
Well,
We have no real choice in the matter.
yeah, it's unavoidable, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will start us off with that if you want.
Yeah. Let's do this thing.
I will cast a third level magic missile at it because it is what I can do to damage this machine. No ring this time, so it's just going to be 2 1s. 8 plus 13 points of force damage from a third level magic missile.
Not good.
It's gonna take a while. And a lot of spell slots.
I did the same, but managed to get 21 points of damage.
With a third level?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm out of third level spell slots.
Yep. All right, that's 34 total.
Yep.
These things don't have a lot of hit points, but a lot of structural integrity, but I think it still stand intact.
It's sputtering and sparking and steaming and whatever it's before it blows up, but it's still there.
All right. I have 4 spell slots left. How are you doing?
I have a fourth and 4 firsts.
I have a fourth, a second, and 2 firsts.
I'll fire a first level magic missile at, see what happens.
I'm just trying to think about to conserve spell slots at this point.
Break that. All right, I would like you to roll a saving throw, please.
All right.
Dexterity version.
All right. So it's destroyed.
No.
What?
I'm burning luck.
Oh, did you roll a 1?
Yep. Rolled natural 1. I'm not taking that.
Okay. Is that your last point of luck?
No, I have 1 left.
Okay.
That's much better.
All right. I'm going to use my last portent for the day.
Yep.
Which is an 18, which brings me up to a total of 20. I remember this being a fair bit of damage last time. I'd like to take as little as possible.
Yeah. All right. Not that bad. 27, cut in half.
So 13,
and then
and then
cut in
halved
half
again for cold resistance.
Yeah. So we take 6 each.
All right.
Not so bad.
Not so bad this time. We weren't taken by surprise, so we were able to prepare a little bit.
Yep. All right. We are spent.
Yes, and we cannot take
Another short rest.
another short rest. Which gives us 2 options, really.
We have obviously the long rest, which is problematic.
Yes.
And we have
The crystals, the gems of recovery, which we could use.
That would give me either 2 seconds or 1/3.
And a first.
Oh, then a first, yes.
Yeah, because you regain a total of 4 spell levels.
Yeah.
And I regain 5 because of my arcane grimoire.
Yep.
Well,
I think this is a good time to take our break anyway.
Yep, it is probably a good time, man. We'll think about that on the break, and we'll make a decision when we come back.